Let's have a look at a TikTok flat earther, shall we?
Now what we not finna do is play with God's word.
God's what?
God's word.
Right, God's word. I'm not even going to say what I thought you said. Please subscribe. Today's video is sponsored by Aura, the app that keeps your personal information safe online. Have you ever searched for your name or personal information on the internet? It's scary to think about what information is out there for anyone to find, including your full legal name, home address, phone number, and even your relatives. But don't worry. That's where Aura comes in. Aura identifies data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submits opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk email and telemarketing lists. Plus, Aura monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in any sort of data breach and exposed on the dark web. If they find any of your private information on the dark web, they'll give you recommendations on what you should do. And that's not all. Aura has almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app. From a VPN, a password manager, to real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, and internet parental controls. Aura's got you covered. But don't just take my word for it. Try Aura out for yourself with a 2-week free trial using my unique link, aura.com/creaky. And you will be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. So why wait? Go to aura.com/creaky to start your free trial and see if your personal information has been leaked online. And remember, your online safety is important. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe.
Now if God said he laid the earth on its foundations and put a firmament over us, then that's exactly what he did.
Okay, but what are you basing that on? What is the evidence that we are covered by a giant upside-down fishbowl? And this might just be me being stupid, but if we are covered by a giant upside-down fishbowl, how come we haven't run out of oxygen yet? Or does God have that taken care of as well? Maybe there's an air pipe coming into the firmament somewhere.
See, in the Bible, God told Isaiah the difference between a ball and a circle.
What a shocker! God told Isaiah in the Bible? Well, in that case, it has to be true. After all, everyone knows that the Bible is the most reliable book in existence when it comes to scientific research. I mean, all the top scientists use it.
In the Bible, God also speaks about the 4 corners of the earth. A ball does not have corners, but a flat surface do.
Does. And no, not all flat surfaces have corners. Flat surfaces can be any shape, including curved or rounded shapes. Examples of flat surfaces without corners are things like a circular tabletop, a smooth oval-shaped tile, or a cylindrical piece of paper. Now, a circular tabletop is probably a pretty handy-dandy example, because that's what most flat earthers think the earth is shaped like. So, can you show us where the corners are on a circular tabletop, or in your case, the flat earth?
Now, when I say 4 corners of the earth, this is what I mean.
Those are quarters, not corners. Hang on a second, I can see exactly where you're going with this.
Same way that man made a compass, a circle compass, and put north, east, south, and west. I'm speaking of exactly that.
Well, that hasn't totally confused me at all. So what are we saying? That it's not flat earth or the Bible that's wrong, it's just everyone else? And just for clarity, by everyone else, I mean everyone who isn't a flat earth moron.
Now, remember when I said that God made the earth as a compass? Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, the compass only recognizes north.
Do you mean only points north?
North always points towards the center. Hint, the North Pole. Any other direction is only based off the direction of north.
Right, now I follow you. A compass can also be used to determine other directions, such as south, east, and west, by using the principle of magnetic declination. Now, magnetic declination is the angle between magnetic north and true north.
How could a compass point south on a globe if they are saying that south is downwards?
We aren't. Who is they? Just out of curiosity. South is south, not down. It's a direction. And before anyone corrects me, I do know that technically speaking, down is a direction. But this is part of the problem when it comes to flat earthers. They have no ability to grasp that down actually means towards the center of mass.
East and west are curved lines that constantly readjust to align with north.
Now, this could be just me misunderstanding this lovely lady, but I'm pretty sure that east and west aren't curved lines. They too are also just directions. Have you ever been halfway through eating a horse and thought, I'm not as hungry as I thought I was? Well, that's kind of how I'm feeling about this video, like maybe I picked the wrong one. Is this what we could safely call a flat earth word salad?
So y'all question is, how come when I'm flying in a plane, I end up in the same place I came from? Well, that only happens with east and west.
Well, I'm really sorry about this, but I have absolutely no idea what she's talking about. Maybe that bump on the head I had when I was a child was worse than I feared. Someone please comment below and let me know I'm not the only one who can't follow anything she's saying.
So if you say that you circled the whole world and ended up in the same place, that's because you were going east and west.
Right, now I see it. I think she's trying to make circumnavigation work on a flat earth.
But let me tell you something, traveling south is a whole different ballgame. See, cause south is any direction leaving the center.
Right, south is one of the 4 cardinal directions along with north, east and west. It's the direction towards the southern part of the earth, which is defined as the hemisphere south of the equator. In general, south is the opposite direction to north and is perpendicular to east and west directions, which are not curved lines. Sorry, flat earthers. On maps and globes, the south direction is often depicted at the bottom with north at the top. But remember that it's a depiction. The South Pole is the point on Earth that is farthest south and is located at the southern end of Earth's axis.
See, because if you begin to head south, you will reach the Antarctica ice wall.
If you travel directly south from any point on Earth's surface, the farthest point you will reach is the South Pole. Since the first expedition to the South Pole by Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen in 1911, thousands of people have traveled to the South Pole. So why is it that not a single person has ever reported the existence of an ice wall? And given the fact that people now have access to cameras 24/7, why is it nobody's ever taken a picture of a giant ice wall either?
So traveling south, you will never end up back at the same place.
Now, if you travel directly south in a line and kept going without stopping, you would not necessarily end up back at the same place. I found this really confusing, but I think I get what it means. This is because the Earth isn't a flat surface, but rather a sphere, which means that traveling in any direction on this surface eventually leads you back to where you started, except for when you cross the international date line. If you travel directly south from a point on the Earth's surface, you will reach the South Pole, which is located at the southernmost point on Earth's axis, as I just said. But if you continue traveling south beyond the South Pole, you'd begin to travel northward along the opposite side of the Earth.
See, because there's a reason they won't allow y'all to travel south and end up at the ice wall. Like, bruh, come on. Even the compass don't want you traveling south.
Don't tell me military penguins with laser beams that shoot out of their eyes, whose sole purpose is to protect us poor sheep from the true shape of the earth.
That's why it always points back to north, telling you to turn around every time you start to travel south.
Oh dear, and I get comments calling me stupid. The compass points towards north because that's how compasses work. But interestingly enough, based on everything you were saying, on a flat earth, a compass would just point towards the center. Although I'm not really sure why I brought that up, because none of you are going to listen to me anyway. But flat earthers, I mean.
See, because if you decide to keep going and get past that ice wall, you will realize there is in fact a firmament over us, keeping anyone from leaving this earth.
Except for all the people who have, obviously. And you know who else has? Have? I think I've watched one too many flat earth videos. But these lovely people all hit the super thanks button on the last video. Ah, crap, now you can't see me.
You're awesome.
We couldn't be living in a globe if we wanted to. See, water has to be contained. They say that the earth is 71% water. So that by itself would be impossible.
71%? And it's 71% of Earth's surface, not 71% of Earth. And you know how I always say silly questions deserve silly answers? Well, we don't live in a globe, we live on one. And the water on Earth doesn't need to be contained, or at least not in the way that flat earthers seem to understand it. And I only use the word understand because I can't think of another one. But we've got this handy little thing called gravity to stop all the water on Earth's surface from escaping. So, yeah.
Gravity! Have you ever heard of gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
And I know y'all probably be wondering, where do rainbows come from?
Well, I wasn't actually, but seeing as you brought it up, and even though I already know, let's hear a flat earther's idea about how rainbows occur. I'm gonna take a guess and say you think it's got something to do with the firmament?
Now, scientists will tell you they self, to make a rainbow, you need water, light, and a mirror. See, when God said he created the firmament, he spreaded it out like a molten looking glass.
Well, I'm glad God spreaded it out. And I was right, so I win a prize. But for a rainbow to naturally occur, sunlight is refracted or bent as it passes through water droplets in the air, such as those in rain, mist, or spray. The bending of light causes the different colours in the visible spectrum to separate, producing a colourful circular arc in the sky.
See them big rainbows that you see? It's proof that we live underneath the firmament. It's the sunlight reflecting off of the firmament to remind us of his promise to never flood the earth again.
Well, seeing as how he never did that in the first place, I think we should go with the actual explanation about how rainbows occur and leave the hokum. Yeah, I'm rewatching Big Bang Theory again. But we should leave the childlike explanations to flat earthers. They're so good at them.
God said he set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. But scientists are saying that we are spinning and moving 1,040 miles per hour.
Now, I could say that scientists aren't saying it, but that wouldn't be true, because they are. But there's a very good reason that they are. It's because every single observation and calculation shows us that that's the case. You see, unlike flat earthers, real scientists can't just fill in the blanks for themselves.
And in 1927, we had no idea what the earth looked like, but created this picture.
I get it now, this is satire. The concept that Earth is a globe has been known since ancient times. The ancient Greeks such as Pythagoras, Aristotle and Eratosthenes were among the first to propose that the Earth was a sphere, based on observation of the Earth's curved shadow during lunar eclipses. But the idea was not universally accepted, and many cultures still believed in a flat Earth for centuries. It was not until the age of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries that the idea of a spherical Earth was conclusively proven through direct observation and circumnavigation. Conclusively. That means settles a matter beyond any doubt or dispute, flat earthers.
Now, do y'all know who this man is? Probably not.
Well, that wasn't condescending at all, was it? But I get it, you're used to addressing flat earthers and they know nothing. So I will let it slide, just this time. But I knew that was Richard E. Byrd. He was an American naval officer, explorer and aviator who became famous for his expeditions to the Arctic and the Antarctic region.
He found evidence of the flat earth with the firmament over us. Even in his diaries and writings, he said it. He traveled all the way to the four corners of the earth. See, and when he found this discovery...
Found? I thought you made the discovery, not found it. But again, I'm just being pedantic. And I don't think he discovered Antarctica. But anyway, there's some controversy and skepticism regarding the accuracy of some of Byrd's claims anyway, particularly in relation to his alleged flight over the North Pole in 1926. Despite these controversies, Byrd remains an important figure in the history of polar exploration and aviation.
What did our government do? They all went down to Antarctica 3 years later to claim a piece of it and to keep the truth hidden from us.
And I thought actually, don't worry, I really don't think what I have to say is going to make any difference at all. Let me just shut up and allow her to dig herself even further into a hole.
That's why the Antarctica ice wall today is just like Area 51. Nobody could go there. Why is that?
But they can. In fact, there are people there right now. You can go online and book an Antarctic cruise.
See, and they just keep telling y'all all these lies and y'all just get brainwashed by it. They tell y'all they fly to the moon.
And there we go, somebody has obviously been reading Flat Earth Theory for Idiots. Not really sure what flying to the moon has got to do with anything you're talking about, apart from the fact that moon landing denial goes hand in hand with believing the Earth is flat for obvious reasons.
See, cause my question is, how you gonna fly to the moon when God said he made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night?
By climbing into a spacecraft. I'm losing the will to live here, and I wish I could remember who sent me this video so I could thank them personally for all the pain and anguish watching this video is causing me.
Meaning that the moon and the sun ain't even solid objects, they're luminary. You can't just go up there and land on it.
I know I'm wasting my breath here, but we can, and we have.
Like, come on, bro, everybody know that landing was fake. The flag up there waving, you could see a shadow on the moon. Y'all talking about the stars is outer space, but in the videos and in the pictures, there's no stars in space.
Yeah, space is fake, no stars, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, nobody cares. Now, there's another 5 minutes to this video, and I refuse to subject you to it today. But if you would like to see what other pearls of wisdom this TikToker has, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll make a part 2. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring today's video, and thank you very much to everybody who hit the super thanks button on the last video. See you all on Friday with part 2 if enough of you want it, and failing that, well, I'll think of something, I always do. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you, bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.